What's up, guys? Welcome back to the American Conference. We've got the simulation for year number 2, and then year number 3 will be in the way far back. It's about a 45-plus minute long video, so bear with us. There's a lot of things to cover. We got simulations for every single week, but before I get into the actual simulation, because we did live commentate on it, so this is not live commentary. This is just letting you guys know that there are some audio issues in the video. Sometimes the background music kind of took over and really drowned us out. So bear with us. It only happens a couple times. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. So sit back, relax, enjoy. So we got, like you said, this is lit.
That's right.
This is a lit simulation. So just for prefacing, the year number 3 simulation will be, we're not going to do week by week. It's just literally just going to be just showing you what happened at the very end of year 3. So hope you guys enjoy. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our American Conference Teambuilder Dynasty. It's been, what?
4 months?
4 months since our last upload on this. You guys know by now we're not going to be continuing the American or the Mountain West, so we are opening this up to actually simulate the rest of this season and year number 3 to see how your guys' teams performed. So, got some out-of-conference matchups here for the American Conference in week number 1. Some pretty interesting matchups.
Yep. Kentucky Tech is at West Virginia. Good regional game right there. Army is playing Scranton. Scary.
Very
we
scary.
need this win. Gallen and Bowling Green, Illinois at Clarksville, Gamu against Bama is in the Chick-fil-A kickoff, and you play Oregon State
At home.
Yep.
So our preview for each team, I think Kentucky Tech, just kind of like a reminder on what teams were good. It's been 4 months, so you know the guys probably forgot by then. But Scranton State improved in recruiting. Kentucky Tech is obviously one of the favorites out of the American North.
Yeah, I'll pull up the conference standings here.
Okay.
Conference outlook.
There you guys go, right there.
Fort Lauderdale is projected to finish first in the South. Gamu would be number 2. They're really rebuilding, different offensive line, new quarterback, so they got a lot of room. Greenville looking pretty good, especially on defense. They got Tavell McQueen back at safety, so that was big. Charleston, 97.
99 defense.
Aren't you glad you don't have to play these teams?
I know, man. It would have been tough.
You're in 86.
Got
95.
better. Got a lot better from where we were last year.
Poor Cape Coral is still 67. They went 1-11 last year, folks, so not very good. Kentucky Tech is projected to win the North. They're 95. They lost Rivers to the NFL, but they get Currington, and receivers are all back. So they got George Gray was a big freshman recruit. Gallatin is breaking news. They are rolling with Crispin McKinney as their 1A this year.
Yeah, I feel like that's a mistake.
We're going to see how it works out. Coaching staff think they like how they saw him progress throwing the ball, so he's taking the job over from Summers. Early on, Summers was the 1 and McKinney was the 2, and then it kind of morphed into a situation where they're like splitting duties like based on situation. So Carolina Atlantic, a lot of people like this team here. They're 93 overall. New quarterback was Stockton, but they get all their receivers back. Clarksville, this is like our sleeper this year, right?
Yeah, I like Clarksville.
Yeah, they're going to go with Crenshaw at quarterback, Jalen Crenshaw. Ohio Western, sneaky team. Nobody's looking at them.
It's because of their defense, 88 overall.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to mess with them on D. Scranton State they're a little bit ahead of Cape Coral, but not by a whole lot. They went 3-9 last year, so we'll see what they got in the tank here.
Yeah, and you don't have to post this in the comments because by the time that that we see it, the video is going to be posted. So
right,
but,
right, so
but who do you guys have? Keep it in mind as we simulate further. And so let's go ahead and simulate week number 1.
All right, let's get it up.
All right, guys, so week 1 results are in. Kentucky Tech takes care of business against West Virginia 34-10. Army beat.
I was gonna check this out. Kentucky Tech rolling up the yards. Ooh, 290. Currington. Dang.
Yeah.
Huge.
Army beat Scranton State 42-30.
Oh.
Yeah. Not good.
Passing yards. You can't give up 300 yards to Army. Oh, Dillard had a nice game.
Per usual.
Yeah. Looks like an okay tune-up here. Only 287 yards. We got 5 turnovers, though. Summers had to come in off the bench.
I swear to God, these percentages on these, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's not realistic at all. Let's see what Crenshaw did. Looks like a pretty big game from him. Ooh, 3 touchdowns.
That's better, 57%, but
Yeah.
not what you'd like to see still. Masonette, 61 yards. It's not bad. And then Alabama rolls.
Yeah, probably a little too much right now. I mean, geez, that's just a bad. And then 5 turnovers for Alabama too. Look at that.
That was a sloppy game.
Yeah, but you know, Georgia A&M, like you said, they're rebuilding that offensive line. So like, would have liked to see the defense, but I think Loskamp acquitted himself pretty well. But no running game to speak of here. And you,
Yeah.
get a W from Daytona State.
Defense still needed some work, but Ty Morrow, 7 of 9 for 3 scores. That means he's probably hurt. We'll have to look at the
He's doing
injury
it.
report, but
He's doing it in the sim.
I know it's insane.
It doesn't matter.
No, 3 touchdowns.
It's better than what you do sometimes. With
33% of his catches came for touchdowns.
Let's make sure he's not hurt, please.
No, so it was just they just pulled him, I guess, or he missed the game. He might have just missed the game.
All right, let's. I'm not gonna preview like every single game, but just for week 2, like we're gonna just because a couple teams have yet to make their debuts. So Cape Coral gets UL Monroe. So they are. What do you think about that game? They're still overmatched a little bit.
This is a game that they can win, and I hope that they do. That's all I can really say.
We get Ohio State. I don't really like our chances in the sim here. We're a B+ though, so maybe we can. We're going to need more than 200 yards, 287 yards of offense. Ohio Western, I think they're going to get that win.
I hope that they do.
Georgia opens at Greenville. This is a game I would have loved to have shown.
Yeah. When we made these out-of-conference schedules, you know, we were really anticipating that we were going to show these games off.
Yeah, we had a set schedule, but Syracuse is going to go at Fort Lauderdale. So Fort Lauderdale's debut, they get Fernandez going. Hopefully they pull out that W out. ECU, I hope they're not sneakily good. They get Atlantic, we'll take care of them.
No upsets, dang it.
Western Kentucky was a BCS team last year, folks. So if we lose, we'll lose.
Don't be shocked. All right, guys, so week number 2 is in the books. Florida State beat Daytona State 42-28. Let's take a look at the numbers here.
I gotta see if Claiborne did anything.
He probably did.
Good game for Morrow, except for those picks. No touchdowns.
9 reception for 148.
Claiborne gets his yardage. Cape Coral.
Yeah, finally came on.
Everybody likes this.
44-14. I love it. Barajas only 7 of 11 for 2 scores.
Man, no passing.
I swear to God, these simulation
How
numbers.
do they score so many points with 4 turnovers, I guess? 246 yards and they put 44 points on the board. Pretty good. Scranton gets the W over Eastern Michigan.
Very nice, very nice. 346 yards of total offense.
Abbott played well. Dillard played well.
Like it.
Look at this.
Gallatin with the upset.
What in the world happened? Good defense. 294.
Shut down JT Barrett.
What did he do? 11 of 24. Here. McKinney and Summers. So they're both pitching in. They're still... McKinney, I think, is the starter in name only. They're both kind of mixing in there.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. Ohio Western's on the board.
That's a nice tune-up game. Louis Savage, how did he do? My boy.
There's no offense in this game, man. Oh.
That's Nathan Peterman numbers.
Savage had 44 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a touchdown machine.
Greenville, Georgia.
30-3.
Uga, 254. Brothers. Wow. So he's the new guy. Brothers is the new starter. He's only going to be around for 1 year. So they're still putting up some good numbers all across the board there. Kentucky Tech.
38-21. It's a big win against the number 10 Ole Miss Rebels. 28-27. Fort Lauderdale pulls off a sneaky W there. Syracuse.
They couldn't even get 300 yards of offense.
Syracuse threw for over 400 yards.
Carolina, Atlanta. Look at all these passing touchdowns.
Love it. Look at Stockton, man. He is just young. Love it. 4 scores.
That's juicy. Look at this. Oh my word. So they didn't even put up a fight here. 187. Looking for White. Wow.
Dude, I don't know what to say about these numbers.
Hey, Crenshaw played pretty good.
16-26, yeah, not bad. For simulation, not bad. And then Charleston State, 34-14.
More picks.
5 intercept. What is the deal?
This is terrible. Our guys aren't completing any passes.
It's the rushing
pretty
numbers.
wonky.
Pretty spread out. Watson Rose.
Okay, but our teams are doing pretty well.
Yes.
I like where our teams are at. I mean, this is a huge week. You're the only team that lost, my friend.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks.
I just had to point it out. You did play the best team, though. I'm sorry. All right, week 3, everybody. Here we go.
Cape Coral and New Mexico State. I don't know. I think with that big win that Cape Coral had, maybe they should get a W. But
I think we're going to do pretty good. Just to give you guys a look. All right.
All right, guys. So week 3 is now in the books. New Mexico State took care of business against Cape Coral, 28-13. Sorry. Georgia A&M doubled up on Georgia Tech. Charleston State over UTEP in a close game.
Barely.
That's probably because they like to run the football, ran out of time. Greenville doubled up Virginia.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
We want to get Ohio Western into a bowl game. Losing to Kansas doesn't help.
Scranton State keeps on winning these close games.
Wow. That's the second year in a row they've beaten
Of course, UConn, of course. 23-21, Carolina Atlantic over NC State, and then that one hurts.
I want to check this. Oh my word. 579-520. At least Fernandez really showed up this week. Gave it a gutsy go at it.
The fans that were at this game were probably really enjoying.
Yeah, you got your check this.
Love it.
How we doing the rushing front? 318 yards. That is some.
Wow.
That's some vintage Preston Anderson, Travis Monahan stuff right there. That's
and
like
McKinney. McKinney went over 129.
That's like if I was playing. All right, let me go back. Week 4. Oh, that's right. We're gonna.
All right, so now let's check out week number 4. Kind of an interesting game here, wouldn't you say? Cape Coral against Ohio Western.
Oh yeah.
Charleston State at Kentucky Tech.
You get Idaho.
I should probably take care of business there. Georgia A&M gets UL Monroe. This is a big game. Yes, it is. That's the kind of game that you would see on NBC.
Yep. All right.
Let's go ahead and sim. All right, guys. So week 4 results: 52-3. Ohio Western destroyed Cape Coral.
Wow.
Charleston State over Kentucky Tech. That's probably one of the more interesting results of this week. That's crazy to me that they won. Daytona State took care of business.
Good.
A&M.
Lackluster win. Cape Coral beat Monroe more than they did. Greenville over Clarksville. That's a big one. I'm gonna see what Brothers did. I want to just keep tabs on him.
Crenshaw had a pretty solid game. Brothers did as well.
He's good. This cat's good.
Yeah.
Fernandez over Memphis.
Doubled them up.
Yep.
And
I say
close
Fernandez. Fernandez and Fort Lauderdale. And Atlantic beats Notre Dame by 3. Good on you, Drakes.
3-0 Drakes.
So I think that would be like their fight song. Good on to you, Drakes, or something. It sounds like something like a fight song.
Yeah.
We need to. That's the next step.
Oh, we need fight songs?
Fight songs and rah-rah chants.
Oh, my.
We should go the whole mile.
Honestly, guys, if you really want my honest opinion, I think we might be going the whole mile on this stuff. We're going to be, in the future, just if you stick with us, you're going to be really impressed over the next couple years here.
All right, on to week 5.
All right, guys, so week number 5. Wow, 30-27.
Big result for Clarksville. Fort Lauderdale, Kentucky Tech loses again.
Yeah, they're starting to struggle here.
Fort Lauderdale back into the top 25, though. Gallatin is downed by Greenville. Let's check this out, everybody. I gotta see what happened to my babies. Brothers did okay. Julio Brown. 90. McKinney played the whole game.
Had a lot of kids, man. And they all have different last names. What happened?
Harold, a freshman. Got a touchdown. Carolina.
Holy
loses.
crap.
Oh,
Charleston State, man.
they're coming out.
They had that
on
99
fire.
defense. They shut them down.
195 yards of offense. And Luke Stockton, 4 picks.
Ouch. So he had freshman struggles right there.
Let's see what Claiborne did. Oh my, Clarkson's in the game.
So Morrow's hurt again.
5 picks again. Everybody's throwing 5 picks.
To Daytona.
Morrow went down early. Clarkson. Good win though. What did Claiborne do? Oh, what do you know? Touchdown.
Guy's insane, man. As always. Say it every week.
This is a game we were planning on showing this game.
Yep.
If we went into the season, this game is definitely being shown. Didn't work out for Cape Coral. Get out game by 300 yards. I think maybe Barajas is hurt. I'm going to look up injuries here in a minute. But Benedict is in at quarterback. Not really getting it done. How's Scooter Clark doing? 40 yards. Scranton. 4 touchdowns for Abbott. Oh, that's why. They couldn't stop the run.
My goodness. Darnell Dillard with 35 attempts. Wow. That guy's going to have question marks when he gets to the pros. They'll be like, we're concerned about the amount of work that he had.
All right. So what we're going to do here, because this is kind of taking a long time, real time, we are going to skip ahead 3 weeks, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna take it to week number. Well, we're gonna sim 6, 7, and 8. So we're gonna take it to week 9, and then we'll go through it and give you guys an update of what happened.
Right. So have them take a look at week 7.
All right.
And then week 8. Just so they can kind of see.
Yeah. Good conference games here.
All right. Let's go sim. All right, so classic matchup here from old time's sake. Am I right?
Yep.
34-14, Georgia A&M. What do you know?
And Ohio Western beat Gaiman last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. They beat them by 1, I thought.
It was a close game. Yeah. Scranton pushed Greenville
to the
That was
edge.
close.
Charleston again. They're
Annihilated
number
Gallon.
3 overall now.
We're gonna see how they got there in a minute. So we lost to Kentucky Tech. Yeah, Morrow's hurt. Clarkson. I gotta see what I just want to see. Oh, what do you? Yeah. I think we're just gonna take it as a given. The chickens beat the fishies here.
4-4 Lauderdale now. They're dropping. Fernandez, he came back for his senior season to like prove people that he was worthy of.
It's not working.
No.
Atlantic over Cape Coral, big shocker there. All right, week 8. Kentucky Tech over Scranton. Scranton, I can tell already they're getting more competitive.
Yeah, they're improving.
I can sense it.
Oh, what? Ohio? No way. Ohio Western scores 54 points.
All right, I need to see what happened. What happened? We don't know what happened. Goodness. Floyd throws her 4 times. I think Floyd just played a great game. And they got a kickoff return.
Gosh.
Atlanta got a kickoff return. That's horrible. Clarksville over Kentucky. That was a big game.
That's a game they should have won.
Greenville, Fort Lauderdale win. Who won this game? Greenville won.
Greenville did,
Because, yeah, Fernandez had to throw to the sidelines and he got pushed out.
Yep.
Charleston over Gammon.
That's
Charleston's
insane.
rolling.
Remember, we were talking so much crap about them in the offseason.
No, but
the
we
recruiting
said-
class was terrible.
Yeah, but we said that they were like, they still had a lot of talent. They're still well positioned. So
Right.
I'm not that shocked by this. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
That was a non-conference game. Man, Cape
They
Coral.
can't score any points.
Is Barajas in yet?
We had another shutout down below, by the way.
Yeah, so Barajas is hurt. Everybody.
Scranton got shut out. Greenville got shut out. What is this?
We need to see this game. I'm sorry. They did it again.
No.
Crispin McKinney, 5 touchdown passes. All right, Greenville gets shut down by Charleston. Man, Charleston might be like the best team in the country.
Yeah, they're looking that way. That's insane. But it's because of their defense. It's 99.
Carolina over Scranton. Kentucky Tech beats Ohio Western. Gamu over Fort Lauderdale by 1. Wow. Pretty wild. All right, so we're gonna be in week 10. I'm gonna go back and give you guys a look at what is going on
In the standings.
Yes, conference standings. All right, they're running away.
Look at the points against. That's intense, man. They're so good right now.
Pretty good, and they've beaten Georgia A&M and Greenville. So
Even more surprising, they're running the option in doing this.
yeah, they got the division locked up. That's all there, because they beat Greenville and Gammon head to head.
Right.
They're done. Let me look at the North. This is a logjam right here. Kentucky Tech, Carolina Atlantic, Clarksville, and Gallatin, all with 2 losses. So this is a total crapshoot. So who you got?
I'm gonna go with Kentucky Tech.
That's a good guess. I agree.
Yep. I think Carolina Atlantic can hold on. I just don't think they got it.
All right. Well, we don't have anybody in the Heisman race.
But Fournette and Lamar Jackson.
What is he still doing here?
I don't know.
He decided to stay for senior year, really?
That's the main reason why Louisville's number 1 in the country right now. Is Lamar Jackson. Were they number 2 though? Oh yeah,
Number
Florida
2.
And then Louisville number 2.
Charleston is nipping on their heels, man.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So how many teams do we have right now in the top 25? Greenville, Gallatin, and then do we have anybody on the radar? Kentucky Tech and Clarksville are hanging around. Fort Lauderdale can't be too far behind, but they just lost. So
Right.
all right, we're getting closer to the end. So do you want to let's skip ahead 3 weeks again?
Sure.
See what happened.
Just get a preview of the weeks right here.
All right, Daytona, man, you need that W.
I know. We gotta get to a bowl game again.
It's getting dicey.
That's
Can it
gonna be-
happen?
No.
Georgia A&M's underperforming.
No.
Oh, let's check the injury report first. Let's see what's going on with that. Because Barajas and Moro are messed up here.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, he had an MC. Okay, so yeah, he was out for a while then.
Just in time. He plays against Greenville. I think you have a chance.
Yeah.
Starting left tackle's out. Ooh, they're getting some injuries on defense, and they're still playing really well. Fort Lauderdale. Ouch. Not too bad. Aries right. Down.
Foot fraction.
That's a problem with their offensive line. Cape Coral. I don't know, everybody. Maybe they can get that up.
Not gonna happen. Oh.
Oh.
Wow. So
Good.
he comes back for his senior season. The draft pundits are going to be all over this.
A projected top 5 pick and you never see that with a safety, but McQueen is so good that I think he would have gone in the top 5 this year.
Yeah.
But big injury. I don't know. Oh, man.
That sucks. They all have to be wide receivers too. So maybe Kentucky Tech's not going to win this thing.
They lose Wolf and Drake.
And Bingham.
That's a good receiver crew, too, there.
Tyrone Blue, their best linebacker.
So not too bad there. Yeah, Cape Coral. Yeah, Barajas still out with an ankle injury.
Yeah, he must have been out for quite a while.
Wasn't playing that bad, but yeah, he's out for a month. All right, we're gonna skip ahead.
All right, guys. So week 11 is in the books, and my goodness, let's just kick this week off. This week
Let's start up at the top here.
Yes.
Gamu over Daytona. Let's
Of
look at. I
course.
want to look at all this offense. That's pretty impressive. 611.
My God. Stop somebody.
Low scamp for 519. Your defense needs some work. Sorry.
I know. Tell me something.
Greenville. Barajas is back.
The sky is blue. What do you want from me?
I want to see if Barajas is back. Yep. He's playing and he's not able to do much. I think Cape Coral has gotten worse. Maybe everybody else is getting better. Probably.
That's probably it. I mean, they're improving, but
Also big game. So, like, they basically flipped last week's opponents. They flipped.
right.
So it's two North teams again. Gallatin gets revenge here against Carolina Atlantic. 477. I love it. This is what I would be doing if I was playing. Rushing yard. And then Clarksville over Kentucky Tech.
Yeah, like we had a feeling about Clarksville.
So this is shaping up. Gallatin versus Clarksville.
Right.
Fort Lauderdale over Scranton. Ohio Western keeps their bowl hopes alive.
And beats rival, in-state rival Cincinnati. And
And-
take a look. 1 versus 2.
Yeah, how about that? Non-conference game in November. This was like schedule filler. Kind of like these teams, they were both kind of pretty good, but they didn't have a ton of expectations. And they're like, yeah, let's play each other in November. We got an open date. And now they are 1-2 in the nation.
Right, and it's in Charleston, guys, and we're actually going to go ahead and show this game. Just some highlights. Not a full-fledged 9-minute, 5-minute highlight reel, but just
Yeah, you
really
guys got to
like-
see this, right?
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Number 1 defense in the country for Charleston. So that is the recipe for success.
That's
Who
insane.
who you got?
I'm going to take Charleston.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that they're just on an absolute tear right now. So let's just go ahead and watch, guys.
All right, we're getting into it.
All right, so here we go. Game of the year, possibly. Charleston State against Arkansas, number 1 versus number 2.
Yeah, and defenses win championships. I think Charleston is well set with respect to that. As we can see here, number 1 in rushing yards allowed. I will say that as an option team, they do condense the game a little bit because they run so much clock off. So it might be a little bit inflated. Still a very good defense nonetheless. Definitely one of the best in the country.
Well, they're going to have to eat a lot of clock against Arkansas because this is a team that can score and score a lot. They like to throw deep, and Joe Tucker is going to get this interception for Charleston and change possession here. That is his 10th interception on the season.
That's nuts.
That really is. And we're near the end of the second half of the year, but that's a lot of picks, guys.
But as we see here, Jared Cornelius squirts out there and gets a 57-yard touchdown.
Big play.
So, not good.
No. I mean, that's what we were just talking about in the pregame here. If you're Charleston State, you got to be able to make tackles. I mean,
Right.
You got sucked in that block off that screen pass, and the rest was history. And then this little swing route, flare route to Jordan Jones, 6-yard touchdown. It's going to be 14-6. Charleston down 8, but, they are getting into scoring range here. They're just not converting touchdowns. They're just getting a lot of field goals here. Dante Rose with this huge carry for 29 yards. Nice pitch by DJ Watts. And then Chaz Poole bowling over people with the stiff arm and the strength to get into the end zone here. That's a 10-yard run for the score.
That's when you want that touchdown, man. You got to score. And he takes it in. So they're going to go for 2 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Watts looks like he was going to get in, but momentum stopped. Good gang tackling there by Arkansas is going to stuff him short. Did not get the ball past the goal line for the 2-pointer. And then Arkansas drives back down with 1:52 left, kicks this field goal. Charleston will do the same and make it a 2-point game at the half. So they're hanging in.
Really weird decision to go for it. Even in the third quarter, you don't necessarily want to be chasing points. So the fact that they did it in the second and failed might come up later in this game.
Come back to haunt them for sure. 3rd and 5, and Austin Allen throws out of bounds. Could not find anybody open. So they will settle for a field goal attempt to try to make it 20-15. So they're back down 5 is Charleston. So we'll have to see if they convert. Kick us up. And it is good.
They do.
So it's going to be 20-15. Fourth quarter begins. 5:54 left to go. And Watts going to squeak through, but he's going to slide down to avoid the contact. Probably a good decision. I don't know why he didn't try to put on some move to try to get into the end zone. Shortened field now. You've got to be able to stick it into the end zone right here. I don't know. But, they've got a good rushing offense, so I'm not too worried. Touchdown here to Watts. It's just going to decide to keep it. So they take the lead now, 21-20. The question now is, do you go for 2? And they are going to elect to do
let's
it
see what
here.
they do.
And the fullback, Welch, gets in.
Barely. So Arkansas has got a field goal opportunity here with 3 minutes.
And they missed it.
Wow. So now Charleston drives the other way, chewing clock. They're throwing for some reason.
Yeah, on 3rd and 6, they decide to throw, but Arkansas didn't have any timeouts, and 26 seconds left. They didn't have to kick a field goal on 4th down or do anything on 4th down. So it was like taking a knee.
Except you put the ball in the air.
Exactly. I take that back. You should take the knee. They don't have any timeouts. What are you doing? Don't risk it.
Yeah, I have no idea. So,
But Charleston wins. Wow. What a freaking game by Charleston.
that was pretty good.
Way to take care of business against Arkansas. They're well on their way to a national title appearance if they keep this up.
I mean, we got 3 more weeks left to go. So they're 9-0. They're going to play you.
Uh-oh.
Well, you'd say that in quotes because you're not in control anymore. They're going to play Daytona. They get Cape Coral.
That's a W.
And they play Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale might come at them pretty hard here.
They could snipe them. And then you could run into a situation with the conference championship game too. So you have no idea what's going to happen.
So they're not out of it.
Not by any means. All right. So we're going to go week by week to finish because it's getting tight, folks. A lot at stake here. Scranton was playing for the bowl lives, although it probably wasn't going to happen anyway. They lose a heartbreaker in overtime. Clarksville remains alive for the North Championship, Division Championship.
Ooh, very, very close game here.
Yeah, Morrow just wasn't able to get it done.
Another touchdown to Claiborne. I just saw that pop through.
Oh, good for him. I can't wait to see. Oh, no.
Brett Armstrong, 16 receptions.
Claiborne, 1 catch for a touchdown.
16 receptions?
Were they triple teaming Claiborne? I'm gonna say triple team.
That's got to be the record.
It's not. I don't think.
What's the? Do you know offhand?
Probably. No, I don't.
Oh my God.
Fernandez.
It's insane, man.
Barajas 1 of 5 and he's pulled. He's gone.
Gallatin 41-14 took care of business.
Yep, they are alive. All right, so Gallatin is definitely alive. We got a collision course going on here. It's going to be Gallatin Clarksville winner taking on Charleston
State.
So, all right, let's go ahead.
All right, guys. So week 13, Daytona. That's right, 56-31.
We're gonna check the box score here. Look at all these touchdowns.
Paul Lindsay, that new tight end, caught a couple touchdowns. Fernandez actually had a really good game.
Pretty good game for Fernandez. Morrow, though.
Oh, what?
Morrow is going nuclear.
Holy crap.
Hey, not a bad game for Burlington. But Claiborne is what I want to see.
3 touchdowns for Lindsay, 3 touchdowns for Claiborne, and 1 for Jordan Lee.
Only 77 yards. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up. Come on, Claiborne.
Come on, Claiborne. What are you doing? 5.6 average. Give me a break.
Pretty good. So, yeah, Kentucky Tech wins. Ohio Western, unfortunately, eliminated from bowl competition.
It is what it is, man. They ran into Clarksville.
Another mediocre year. Atlantic over Gammon.
Gotta like that.
I feel like Loskamp. Look at it. Loskamp is quitting himself well. Would have been an injury replacement or something there. Pretty good game from Loskamp.
Yeah. Just plug and play for him right now.
Gallatin. They are so quiet right now. All the national media, nobody's paying attention to the ground. They are just sneaking under there right now. Love it.
And then look at that. This Charleston State continues to just roll. This might be one of the best college football teams in all NCAA history.
Except for that UTEP game. You guys remember that?
Yeah, but every
so
great team has a
how many
flub like that.
35-point plus blowouts has Cape Coral succumbed to this
That's
year?
a good question.
We're going to check at the end of the year. This is terrible. This is terrible.
This defense is not very good.
Nope.
Sequestral.
Shout out.
Shout
All
out.
right, we're
Looking
going
like Rob.
to go week 14.
All right. All right, guys. Week 14 is in the books. Pretty much so. We got Gallatin and Clarksville to sim, and then Georgia A&M at Greenville to sim. We've decided not to do these quite yet. We wanted to do them live so we could... What did you say?
Do a live? Or what?
Do it live. Yeah. Increase the anticipation.
Yeah, we want to... Yes. So this was a game, a lot of people hated that game last year with Greenville and Georgia A&M. I'm going to let you guys sense the anticipation here. Greenville stealthily is in position for a BCS at large. They're going to need some help from behind. But like if Charleston beats the winner of this game, then Greenville might hop ahead of them and steal that bid. So.
Yeah, that's very true.
So we're going to see if they can beat Gamu.
All right, it's going to be intense. Oh, Greenville beat them. Go beat them. All right.
They did it.
Wow, so they got their payback.
Yep. So justice has been served. Bad year for Georgia A&M.
Oh, I mean, all things considered.
Right, not terrible, but they thought they could hang with Alabama week 1. Didn't work.
Loskamp was trying to replace a legend in
True.
Paxton Murphy.
Big rebuilding year. We'll see if they get back on track. Now, this is the game of the week.
Huge game.
This will decide the North. Winner gets Charleston State. Who you got?
Gallatin, of course.
I'm going to go Clarksville.
No, Gallatin.
I'm just a pessimist.
Oh, Clarksville knocked them off.
No.
Dude.
I thought Gallatin was, man,
Destined.
I was hoping I wonder if they could have like snuck it back into the national title game. Like if they had enough help and they knocked off Charleston. I wonder if they could have done it.
I can't believe this, man. At the beginning of the season, we were talking about Clarksville as being the team to watch out for. The sneaky team, the dark horse.
In both of these teams, Clarksville, Charleston, did not have stellar year ones.
Right.
It was all Gamu, it was all Greenville, it was all Drakes, all Greyhounds.
Right.
And this year, it's going to be Scarlet Bantams and Swamp Foxes.
That's hilarious.
How many of you guys had that?
Probably not many.
All right,
amazing.
So we're going to go ahead to the championship game here.
All right, so the second biggest game, or maybe the first.
Well, this is bigger for Charleston now, because now it's all on the table. And pretty interesting stakes as well, because Greenville can back into that BCS game. And if Clarksville wins, they're in. Greenville's kind of just hanging around watching and seeing what happens. Greenville needs Charleston to win. So pretty interesting stakes here. And, Clarksville, we pointed this out. I mean, we were saying, like, in, I think, the recruiting videos, that, like, Charleston and Clarksville are good bounce-back candidates from the first season. So, like, it's pretty not the favorites by any means, but we thought these teams could be sleepers.
Yeah, and then the teams that we ended up picking to do something, these were teams that were like, watch out for them type of deal.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually pick them to do much.
True.
And
we won't take credit for that.
This is very, very surprising that both these teams are in the conference championship game and they're both in the top 10. Like, how in the world?
Well, it's good that we're getting some rankings love now. I like that part. But we will see what they can do here.
Another interception to start the game off, and in the first quarter. That's
From
Joe Tucker again. So he's got 11 interceptions, guys. Excuse me, that was incorrect. So that was his 10th.
Okay.
So the last game was his 9th. But still, regardless, that is so many picks right then and there. So Charleston defense coming up big yet again. with the pick. And then on that third down to stuff Clarksville, and then another sack here on Jalen Crenshaw. I mean, this defense is really, really tough. And then when they start doing this.
Yeah, like, that was a great pitch. I mean, very risky pitch. Could have easily backfired. But I think Watts knows what he's doing. He runs this option very well.
Oh, and then Crenshaw throws another interception here to the linebacker. That's 2 interceptions already in the first half for Crenshaw.
I wonder if we need the experience of Evan Wallace. No?
Possibly.
And Crenshaw's done a great job all year. So
that's actually a really good throw.
Yeah.
Right there to Courtney Gray.
Yes, getting some reps in at wide receiver, like we said.
2nd and 6, and then Crenshaw firing deep. Devin Clemens with the reception. He's put a lot of mustard on that throw.
Yeah, I like Crenshaw. He's pretty good.
Crenshaw scores on a keeper. It's going to be 10-7, nearing the end of the second quarter. And Crenshaw trying to fire deep here, trying to get something complete, and he's got that looks like Devin Clemens. I'm pretty sure that it was Devin Clemens. 20 seconds left to go, and 2nd and 10, and then another interception. You can't take your team out of that position there, Crenshaw. You got to be able to pick up either a first down or just get some positive yardage for your field goal team to come out and attempt a tie.
Yeah, if you guys can't tell, I'm cheering for my team, Clarksville. So every interception's hurting me right now.
Go Swamp Foxes. But look at Jakari Love here. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Good Chris Berman, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. Jakari Love with some jukes there to weave through traffic, and he's going to score 14-10 now. And Watts and the Swamp Foxes have to respond. And look at Drew Hardy with the big catch. Near the sideline there, Watts 7 of 7, 31 rushing plays called. And look at this.
Heads up.
A turnover here. Crucial turnover by Watts. The number 1 team in the country could lose in the conference championship game.
Yeah, and a team that all year long has been pretty notorious for, or not notorious, but known for ball control and playing conservatively. Pretty weird decision just to go airborne like that.
3rd down and 1, and Crenshaw unable to pick up the first down. That's a great play on defense by the Swamp Foxes. Their linebackers just read that perfectly and snuffed it out. 3rd and 12, and then Watts looking deep. He fires down the middle of the field, and it's caught in traffic up past the 50-yard line. That's Terrence Vaughn with the reception, 45 yards.
Just go up and get it, and, you know...
Ooh, it looks like David Tyree-ish.
Yeah, and they're breaking tendency because they don't usually put it up in the air like that.
Oh, and then Watts takes a huge hit, but he pitches it perfectly to Dante Rose for a 31-yard rush. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go, guys. If Charleston State scores here, they're up. And then a flip. Perfect block by the fullback. Dante Rose puts it in 17-14 now. And we've got 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go. Clarksville, I'm thinking of the backup quarterback here for Daytona. Kick is up to tie the game, to go to overtime, and he misses it.
How did he miss that field goal?
Wide left.
That's terrible.
Wide left, guys. Clarksville leaves 3 points left on the board, and the number 1 team in the nation stays alive.
So, yeah, that's one of those... Look at the play of the game. Amazing pitch that we saw. That's when you're just devastated. When your kicker loses the game like that, the whole team is devastated. They're looking on in shock and they don't know what happened.
Great game by Clarksville here, but not so good of a game by Jalen Crenshaw. They needed him to actually step up and play a little bit better than he did. But guys, that's a great W, great conference championship game for Charleston State. All right, guys, so now let's go ahead and check out the bowl games after conference championship game.
All right, you get Syracuse. I shouldn't say you anymore, but
yeah,
Daytona gets Syracuse. Greenville does get into that BCS to play Florida. We see Carolina Atlantic playing San Diego State. Gallatin at number 9 in the country gets Boston College, who's actually sneakily good in this game. Ohio State had a very bad season by their standards. plays Kentucky Tech. We have Miami against Clarksville.
That should be a pretty good game. I think I like that.
Yeah, Georgia A&M Boise did not pop up on the schedule, but Georgia A&M is in a bowl game. Did not have the kind of year that they were looking for.
Just really quick scroll through. But Charleston State made it to the national championship.
Yeah.
They're going to take on UCLA.
Another game that did not pop up was the national championship game. Pretty important.
I would say so. Come on, EA.
Yeah, but we're going to go through just really quickly. We're going to check in with our teams and see what is happening.
Yes.
Just a select few. We're going to see Gallatin, Daytona. We got to see Greenville because they're in a BCS game. And then the national title game, obviously.
Yeah, got to show the national title.
It's the greatest hits parade.
Well, this is crazy because this is our first national championship appearance for one of our team builder teams.
Right. So
it
pretty
just
cool.
Happens to be in the American.
Now, Gallatin is not making me proud right now. They are not playing the option very well, and they are down 17-3. They do put one score on the board. We're going to just skip ahead. Late fourth quarter, Crispin McKinney. You guys all remember him.
3-yard touchdown to make it 17-17. Tie ball game with 2:50.
Yes. So now, what is going to happen here? There's 19 seconds in the game. Ugh, please.
Oh! Interception on the sideline. He stays in bounds. 11 seconds.
Prayers are answered.
10 seconds left on the clock.
That is amazing.
Oh my gosh, Orlando Mosley comes through.
How clutch is that?
Huge play. Kick a field goal and win the game, Gallatin.
Let's do it.
Don't even mess around right here. Just take the first down and 10. No reason to run the football, and they did. 2nd and 6, and now the field goal is up and good. Right down the middle. Gallatin wins the football game 20-17.
Wow. So that was pretty good. I'll take it, man. I just wanted to see it one more time,
That's crazy.
See him run that option, see him come through in the clutch like we know they're capable of. Pretty cool stuff.
I like it.
Yes. So
Gallatin with the clutch W, guys. So now we go to Daytona State against Syracuse.
Had a lot of adversity this season, and you got into a bowl game. So
scratch and claw their whole way.
Even with Morrow out, you want to see a little bit more progression than you saw. But, when Morrow came in, you guys looked really good. So
deep pass here. Whoa, that's Claiborne. He is, and then the power to shake through that guy. 70 catches for 1,228.
The more things change, the more they say this.
Oh my goodness! But there was no one near him.
Yeah, so good catch and run there. You do only get a field goal here for the Golden Jackals. Defense stepping up.
Yeah, finally, after all those scores that Daytona State had against them all year long, and then Worthington gonna pound this in for a touchdown for 1 yard. From 1 yard out, of course.
We're looking good.
10-0 Daytona State. Now we get the football back inside the 15-yard line, and Brett Armstrong gets in for a touchdown for 9 yards out.
All right, so 17-0.
Morrow 12 of 12.
Pretty good.
He's taken a huge step forward.
Oh yeah,
in this year number 2. But even Brett Armstrong has been a nice little slot receiver, even though he's not like the smallest guy to be a slot.
Big.
He's a big guy. 17-0 still. 1st and 10, and look at this pass, complete to Ishmael. Yikes.
Yeah, so Dungy goes over the top. Finally get on the board here. Last play of the third quarter. So, what do you got here? 1st and 10.
Morrow dropping back, and he is going to find that looks like the tight end Cody Rucker, and he's going to get into the end zone. He's not the most fleet of foot, guys, but he runs for 42 yards and gets this catch and score. 24-7 now. 3:55 left to go in the game. I'd say this one's pretty much wrapped up, but Syracuse does end up scoring again, and looks like that's either Ray Salas or Worthington, and it is Salas. He's in for a 17-yard score.
Get a little window dressing there.
That's it.
I really feel like Syracuse did not want to play in this game.
Probably not. Daytona wanted it a little more than Syracuse did.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I wonder how this will set up the Golden Jackals for next year. Look at Morrow taking that shot. But he still delivered a great ball.
I think they're taking some strides. They're taking some steps forward. Even though they won 7 games last year, they won 8. They're kind of just middling right now. But I think with Morrow, Claiborne, and Worthington, they should be pretty good next year.
All coming back again. Greenville, we're going to check with them in the Sugar Bowl, another high-profile game. for the American. Garrick Agnew makes the catch. This is John Ramirez, who was filling in for Jason Brothers.
Oh, yeah, he got hurt.
So Brothers had a great year, and then got knocked out early in this game. He will come back, though, the lefty. So Greenville just doing work here.
Ooh.
That's Paris Meester with a 14-yard touchdown. Greenville looking good.
Yeah, against the number 10 Florida, but Greenville's number 7. So, they're taking care of business here. Nice blocks to get Meester free. 4th and 4, fourth quarter with 4 minutes left to go. Florida, you have to go for it here. Trying to shoot for the end zone, trying to get a touchdown. Nice blocks there. Nice catch and run by C.J. Wharton for 19-yard touchdown. 17-13.
Yeah, so Luke Del Rio having a nice game here. Greenville, though, for the most part, Greenville known for defense, played a really good game so far.
They're probably going to go for 2 here.
You're right.
I think you have to.
Correct. So let's see what we got.
3 wide to the right, halfback split to the left. It could be a read option. Nope, no read option here. Florida, incomplete pass to Luke Del Rio. So they're not going to get
Del
it.
Rio.
Oh, Luke Del Rio's the quarterback. That's Jack Del Rio's son?
Yeah. So here we go. Greenville running the clock out and into the end zone. Jason Brothers came back in the game.
That's all they were trying to do is just run the clock out.
But they'll take that touchdown right there, and Greenville is repping the American.
Oh, look at the moves. Look at the moves by Brothers. Just right by
and
him. They end up getting the football back.
You got the ball back, and now they're just going to pour it on even more.
Yep, and then there's Brothers again, just taking on contact and getting into the end zone.
I like it. Now, this guy's a senior, too, so when he's gone, Tebow was slated to take over. So,
which was, if you guys remember, was the backup quarterback at Georgia A&M to Paxton Murphy, and he decided to transfer to rival Greenville.
Yes, so good stuff here from the Phantoms. And, another team that's still pretty stacked with talent heading into the next season. So, Sugar Bowl champions, that does wonders for recruiting.
Yes, it does. It shows off that this is a legit conference. So, we had 5 teams, I think, 4 or 5 teams that were in the top 10. So,
right.
in these bowl games.
Various points in the year. So,
let's get to the big game.
Oh, yeah.
The first team in the American Conference to reach the national championship is Charleston State. Remember when we were talking about them and they were recruiting from last year?
Yeah.
They were last place in recruiting.
And we were making fun of them.
We were talking so much crap to them.
You were like, let's pick it up.
And I'd say that they picked it up.
Yeah, I mean, the roster was still really stacked with good players. And they didn't even make a bowl game last year.
Right.
Because they went 6-6 and they ran out of at-large slots, and they decided not to give them a bid.
Some people might think that this is a Cinderella type of team, but I look at them like maybe they didn't get any recruits because they said we don't want to rock the boat with our depth chart.
Well, and they did not have a lot of players leave, so
that plays a factor.
Right. So the number was down a little bit, but they do recruit to a type. They need those option kind of guys that would fit their system.
Yep. I think just 1 year in the system, all these players, especially the guys that are returning, knew what to expect this season, and now it's paying dividends. Huge catch there by Pierce, and then this play, actually, the running back kind of got caught up with Watts. He wasn't able to take a full drop back, and then I think he just felt some pressure there and just said, I just need to go. Right. Touchdown, Charleston, up 10-7.
When in doubt,
quarter.
Run.
UCLA back here with the football, third quarter, start of it here. Big hit on Mossy Johnson.
Yep, so now we are going to skip ahead here. Fourth quarter, again, I mean, it's a low-scoring slugfest. Charleston's trying to run this clock down as much as they can throughout the course of the game. And Watts gets sacked here for a loss, so that will force a field goal attempt.
By Vander does. And they ended up either missing it or they punted it. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but good play on defense to stop Giovanni Gentosi.
Yep. So we get the ball back. 2 minutes now. 3rd and 2. Watts is running.
Can't get it. Can't pick it up. It's going to be sacked there. UCLA gets the football back, and on 1st and 10, that's a great play by the defensive back there to just get in and get them tackled behind the line. 3rd and 13, they try to spike it there, trying to stop the clock with 1:40. Interesting play call there. And then a drop. It's going to be 4th and 13 now. Charleston, very, very low scoring game here, 10-7. You got to make a stop, though. Pressure coming and a reception here, going to pick up the first down. They're in some pretty dicey situation here because if UCLA, if they drive down the field with enough time on the clock, obviously if you're going to allow them to score, you want them to score a field goal. Obviously, you
Right.
don't want this touchdown to happen. Don't want to give up the big play and give them more time to work with.
Yeah, so UCLA's getting the dropsies here. They're starting to choke a little bit. Possibly. They are inching ever so closer to field goal range. Still a minute left.
Pressure, and an incomplete pass is deflected, almost intercepted by Roger Sutherland. Yikes. That would have ended the game, guys. 53 seconds left to go. 3rd and 10, and then Massington with this catch does not get the first down. Field goal attempt is up to tie the game, and he got it. He barely got it, guys, in that left corner
Yes.
of the upright.
So, we got 9 seconds left. Barely made it. Watt's not known for his arm, but he goes deep.
Oh, he's got him. He's got Drew Hardy. Go. Oh, he's going to get stopped. He had Green just the whole field in front of him.
Had a chance.
Just not fast enough.
Nope. So, we're going to OT now, and after making that long field goal, kick is up, and
He missed it. He missed it. So you guys saw the one that he got through. He made it to the left in that left corner, but on this one he pulled it to the left.
Wow.
So that means Charleston.
Yeah, Charleston set up pretty well here. Although now they're going backwards, not what you want to do in overtime. They do push it forward a little bit. They're back to the 20, 3rd and 5.
And then a complete pass here picks up the first down. That's a good thing.
This
Gives them more downs to work
should be a
with.
formality unless we choke.
3rd and goal. Watts dropping back to throw, feeling some pressure, and Antonio Steele in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Charleston State Swamp Foxes are your national champions, guys. Who would have thunk it?
That's pretty amazing. That's amazing. I mean, a total afterthought,
I'm in shock.
and they do it with an option-style offense, play great defense, take care of the ball. They are your champions.
Guys, I can't stress this enough because when we're simulating this, we're sitting there thinking, how are they going to believe this? Are they going to think this is rigged? I mean,
Right.
Charleston State is my baby, but it's not my baby, right? My baby is Daytona State.
Yeah.
And there's other teams I would prefer more than Charleston State.
But
Like,
you've said you've
crazy.
always wanted to be Charleston State, and the opportunity's never really
Right.
arisen, and you really like this team a lot. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, pretty astounding, especially in that division. You know, when you have Greenville, you have Fort Lauderdale, you have Georgia A&M, who I specifically made to be like juggernaut material.
Right. Really, really good.
And you know, Charleston State is very good themselves, but you know, it's pretty amazing.
It's a great story. I like it, and I love it. So let's go into year number 3. As promised, guys, we did the simulation talk through commentary for year number 2, and we just wanted to show you what ended up happening in year number 3. So break it down.
Well, if you notice there, you will see Daytona State versus UCLA.
In the star. What is the star?
And
This is
that
the
means
end
it
of-
was the national championship game.
Yes, Daytona State went to the national title game again. UCLA gets back there, but Daytona
Yeah,
State.
they went undefeated.
Yeah,
They did not lose.
yeah.
So their non-conference schedule was Kansas State, Duke, and South Florida. And South Florida was a top 25 team when they played. I will say that Daytona State did get a favorable draw from the north. because they did play Scranton and Ohio Western. But I mean, regardless, like they beat Georgia A&M, they beat Fort Lauderdale, they knocked off Charleston.
Oh yeah, they did.
Both teams were undefeated when they met, I believe, in week 10 or 11. So, when Daytona ran through the North, you're kind of like looking at like, okay, they played some easier teams. They're number 15 in the country. Okay, now let's see what they do when they face the South, the best teams in the South. And they did not lose.
No, and the crazy thing was when it was down the stretch, like you were talking about the early part of the season, they were playing like easier teams.
Right.
And later on in the season, they had to go through Greenville first, then Charleston, then GAMU,
Fort Lauderdale,
and then Fort Lauderdale, and they won all 4 games down the stretch. And it's crazy because their defense they still were giving up a lot of points.
Right. They did have an 85. Their defense was 85. Offense, I believe, was 98.
Was 98 or 99.
Yeah, because Morrill's a 99 right now. Worthington was a 98, I think. And Claiborne was a 99.
Yep.
So, like, you had the offensive weapons, and that is what won you the championship. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Well, it carried them the whole entire way. And, it's crazy to think that UCLA made it again, but they seem to be the type of program that just seems to can't ever get it. They're like the Buffalo Bills of...
Yeah, they're turning into that kind of team. And you did beat Clarksville again. Clarksville won the North again.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we'll show the standings. As you can see here, there were some disappointments along the way. I think you guys will see that when you look at the standings. And we'll go over that right now. So,
all right, let's check it out real quick. So we got the South, Daytona State 14-0.
Wow. And Charleston got slaughtered in the Orange Bowl. That was unfortunate.
But I want to look at something with you guys real quick. So the offense is 99. The defense is an 85, but look at the points against. We were the 3rd highest in points against and still went 14-0.
Yeah, because you scored 582 points.
Yeah.
Although you did play one extra game, to be fair.
Right, but still.
2 more than like Cape Coral. But, I mean, look at Cape Coral, by the way. If you guys haven't noticed, they have not won a conference game in the first 2 years of our dynasty. And what do you see there?
2.
You see 2 conference wins. They won 2 games. They beat Scranton State. And they beat Carolina Atlantic.
Woohoo! Celebration for Cape Coral.
Pretty amazing. So, Ron Zook did get fired, by the way, after year number 2. Was replaced with Jeff Brom, who is a very good offensive mind.
Nice.
Must have not had a lot of success at Western Kentucky in our dynasty. But let's skip ahead to the North, and you'll see why they beat Carolina Atlantic. Pretty terrible year for the Drakes.
Yeah, it's just I think the Luke Stockton, being a freshman.
Well, he's a sophomore now.
You're right.
This is the year after they lost their top 4 receivers.
Right. So Castle, Cotton, and Gossett, they lost all those guys. Those guys grew in together, and they're just gone to the NFL draft.
Kentucky Tech was another team. They replaced Currington with Adam XXXX, also known as Adam Hall. He's now Adam Hall. And, yeah, Currington was gone. A lot of offensive weapons at wide receiver left. And they were just down a river without a paddle, so to speak. I mean, they were really bad this year. Carolina Atlantic, they lost all of their non-conference games. They lost by 30 points each to Boston College and Purdue. And they lost to Western Michigan by, 4 touchdowns.
That's not good.
And they lost to Cape Coral. You win 2 of those games, you go to a bowl game.
Yeah, but that's a very Scranton thing to do.
I'm talking about Atlantic.
Oh, Atlantic. Yeah.
And yeah, Scranton.
I'm looking at Scranton State right there, and they actually had some screw-uppy games.
Yeah,
too.
Scranton regressed.
Yeah.
They were, they were ahead of Cape Coral in the pecking order, and then this year they fell back. They did win, I believe, 1 game the previous year. So they got worse. Ohio Western 1 win shy of a bowl game.
And they didn't get it.
They needed 1 more.
they're just the type of program that just they're kind of like they show up every now and then, or you give them a few years, and
Yeah,
they're weird.
Gallatin did beat Clarksville this year, so they did get the rivalry win, but they fell one game short. I like what they did. Like after I left them, they still won a lot of games. They were still very efficient, very trustworthy. They did not win the North without me, but had two very respectable second place finishes.
Same type of success, just couldn't clutch up. That's all that it was.
But. And for any Evan Wallace fans out there, Wallace did reclaim the starting job this past season, and that's what he did with Clarksville. He had a very successful season, a lot of points, and it's kind of weird that they went from Wallace to Crenshaw, who had a lot of success. But Philip Fulmer was like, you know what, this is a true quarterback competition. We're not giving any positions away. Wallace in camp stepped up, won the job, and played like it.
Still had the same type of success as well. So both quarterbacks made it to the conference championship game. Just couldn't get it done.
So there's the brief year number 3 recap. Definitely not as in-depth as year number 2, obviously. But we're going to look at our NFL draft right here.
Yeah. So I did import all of the American Conference team builder draft classes into Madden 25. This is still the same Lions franchise that I had going in Madden 25 when we did the first American import with Paxton Murphy and all of them, so the original crew. Pretty interesting. You guys will see some of the players that will look familiar to you, some won't, but Jeremiah Birch was a player for Carolina Atlantic that got drafted by the Patriots. Niles Murdoch, I remember him from Kentucky Tech. And then we've got nobody there.
We'll see if DeMarcus Cannon, Greenville. I feel like the Ravens would love Greenville players because they like defense.
Yeah. I do too.
Maybe that's just a stereotype at this point.
Joe Tucker.
Everybody's obsessed with the 2000 Ravens, even though it was 20 years ago.
Logan Casanova goes to the Saints, and then they ended up drafting Deonta Foreman as well. Alan Lazard out of Iowa State. A lot of people are talking about him this year in real-life NFL draft.
Really, Sox picks. Is that even legal? Isn't there a limit on how many picks you can have?
I have no clue.
Maybe there's not. Let's see. We got one here, LaMarcus Rogers.
I forgot where he was from.
And Tennessee Titans.
TJ
McCollum.
McCollum? I think he was Charleston State linebacker. Nobody for the Vikings?
No. We got Bears. Roger Sutherland.
I think he might have been Charleston State too.
Probably. Charleston was a little more on the generic side.
You know what? He was, because he was the guy that almost had that interception.
Yep. All right, what do we got?
Nobody there for the Bills. I think the Broncos had somebody. They did not. The Browns. So they ended up getting Deshaun Watson in this mock.
Interesting.
This is hilarious.
Maybe what should have happened.
Yes.
Look at the Cardinals. What do we got?
Nobody. Chargers get Quentin Flowers, Trenton Gibbons, Terrence Livingston,
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Round 7. Kenny Medina of Gallatin.
Your boy.
Yep.
Had some big plays for Gallatin.
Definitely holding down the fort at safety. We would be like one of my sleepers. Like, round 7 safety. Oh, we'll make the team. Probably be practice squad.
Cowboys, thank God. Nobody's going to play for the Cowboys.
Good. Harrison Cameron.
Don't remember. Eagles. Christian McCaffrey goes to the Eagles. Myles Gaskin for them as well. 49ers. Nobody, but I skipped the Falcons, so let's check them out. They didn't get anybody either. Giants. J.R. McKinley.
I don't recognize that one.
Jaguars get Dylan Fernandez and Shelton Hamby. So that's interesting that they decided to go get
my boy Colt Kreitzer as well.
Yeah.
So, they have Fernandez and Paxton Murphy for the Jaguars.
I did go back and I looked at Paxton Murphy's numbers in this sim.
Oh, what's he doing?
18 touchdowns and 26 interceptions.
He's throwing picks.
Yep. Justin Maxwell was drafted. I did not draft Justin Maxwell. He was a strong free safety out of Kentucky Tech, but he's a 90 overall
as a rookie.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good.
Wow.
Here's the Packers.
No, this should be the 2018 draft, correct?
Yeah, this is the next draft.
All right, so we showed the previous year. This is the latest year. So again, you'll know some of these names. Guys that were sophomores are now going to be seniors. Rademacher is a Piranha. Antonio Steele to the Patriots out of Charleston State.
And Lee Rios right there out of GAMU.
Yep.
Yeah, just again, guys, this is not the same season, so I ended up simulating another Madden year to get the year number 3 draft class in.
Those are 2 Charleston guys.
So basically,
Sims of Gamu.
Antoine Claiborne should be in this draft. Ty Morrow should be in this draft.
Right.
Who else? Who's some of your guys that should be in the draft?
I got DeMarco Jackson here from Gallatin, All-American.
Deontay Benjamin. I think Dennis Edwards was a Ohio Western player. Evan Wallace.
There you go. Steelers.
That's a very Steelers pick, I feel like.
Aaron Seymour. Part of the problem is having 12 teams.
Yeah, you just start forgetting.
And we didn't play this year,
Right.
So if we played this year, I'm sure I would know these names.
Curtis Briggs.
Yes.
Wide receiver out of Fort Lauderdale.
Meshach Eckwood, round 1 pick.
Yeah, pretty dang
Fort
good.
Lauderdale. Ruben Arroyo, also Fort Lauderdale.
Vikings digging into that Fort Lauderdale
Yeah, let's see what we got here from the Brooklyn Beats, previously known as Jacksonville Jaguars. Austin Koch.
Tight end out of Charleston.
Yep. So we got Trevon Cannon Key, Matt Roach.
So what I'm
Jared
finding
Law,
out,
they love our teams.
Yeah, the Jaguars love. That's the team builder teams.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. The Brooklyn Beats were a relocated team, so yeah, they would like our team builder teams.
That's hilarious.
Players, I should say.
That's funny.
Ryan Christensen. Hey, there's Cornwell.
Brady McMorrow. I don't remember that guy. Sean Kirkpatrick.
Look at this.
Cardinals. Yeah, they got Kirkpatrick, Morrow, and they picked Donnie Clarkston as well.
Wow.
The backup.
We were thinking Clarkston would be like the Matt Castle, where he still gets drafted even though he didn't start, and then it actually turns out to be like an RG3 Kirk Cousins situation, where they're drafting an insurance player. So the Chiefs get Stojkovic and Urson Bazaran. Jakari Love as well from Clarksville. Pretty good picks there.
Here's the Cowboys. Let's see if they got this. So they got Mark Andrews.
Darius Wolf, Kentucky Tech. And no Dolphins.
No.
Eagles got Lamar Jackson. Alex Calderon from Clarksville. Carlos Richards. I don't remember Carlos Richards.
I don't either. Falcons didn't really have any picks here. 49ers get Brian Lowry, strong safety.
Cobb was a Swamp Fox, I believe.
Yes, he was. There's the Jets. They got J.D. Gunderson, who is actually a really, really good safety.
Yeah, and look at this. Undrafted.
Yeah.
Antoine Claiborne did not get drafted.
I know, pretty nuts, huh? I didn't see him on any of those teams, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
So my theory is that he blew out a knee or something, getting ready for the combine, and he's making a miraculous recovery. So the Lions signed him to a 1-year contract. Nobody thought that Claiborne would be ready. So we have the Lions taking a chance here.
So just checking out the depth chart here for the wide receivers on the Detroit Lions in this simulation. They're not too good. Stephen Tulloch is a 99. Okay, what's going on with this Madden simulation here? But look at the Lions wide receivers. Not very good. They need Antoine Claiborne. He could be the next Calvin Johnson or the next great Lion. They only usually ever have one good guy for like 10 years.
Right, yeah, exactly. So we're just getting some looks here, seeing what Stafford can do with Claiborne.
It looks like Claiborne's. I mean, he's getting open everywhere he goes. Like
that was on Stafford.
A good receiver, and then just checking out Ty Morrow here with the Cardinals as well. This is a preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens, and they drafted a defensive tackle from one of our teams, Cortez Babcock out of Carolina Atlantic, and then they also drafted DeMarcus Cannon. So they also like our team builder teams. But I just wanted to show you guys some of those plays out of Madden 25, just to give you kind of a taste about what our guys are going to be doing in the pro game.
Yeah, I think Claiborne's going to be just fine.
I do too.
Even maybe one day he can even reunite with Ty Morrow.
One day.
Who knows?
They might meet against each other in an NFC championship game. But guys, that is it for the American Conference. I hope you guys enjoyed this simulation. I enjoyed the American Conference to levels that I never thought were possible because, I mean, you and I have played in a lot of dynasties together and a lot of conferences, but this one was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we didn't get past year number 1,
unfortunately,
it was still a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun bringing this to you guys, and it's kind of bittersweet that we're ending it because this was our very first team builder that we ever did.
Yeah, so, and I think I've said this elsewhere, but I'm going to repeat it. I think we would like to revisit this group of teams at another date. Because right now we're not going to be doing the same thing over again, and nobody really wants to sit through it again. But we'll see, maybe the next calendar year or something like that. I think there's something about this collection of teams
that people like.
It's got some kind of special sauce, and I don't really know what it is. It's weird, but this collection of teams really works well together. So
I don't know if it's the team names or if it's the locations or if
colors,
it's the uniform color.
Player names.
I don't know.
Characters, Barajas and Dillard and
Paxton Murphy,
Savage, and
Claiborne,
Fernandez, all these guys. So whatever it is,
it just works.
Yeah. So we will definitely strongly consider revisiting in the future.
Yep.
So don't quit on us. If you love the American, don't quit on us yet.
Not completely, anyway.
Yeah.
But as one last update, guys, the votes are in. They have been tallied for the Big 12. They are now set in stone, so there's no more voting. That video will be posted on Sunday for the results, and that's when the next vote will take place. That will be based on the team vote from the state that won. So you'll have to vote on the 3 teams from that state that won to determine what location and what team name your guys' created subscriber team will be for the Big 12.
Okay, well, that puts a bow on it. It's a bittersweet ending.
Yep.
But
Goodbye.
hey, we won 2 national titles. Yeah, that's crazy.
In back-to-back years.
Wow.
And guess what? They're both my teams.
Congratulations.
It surprised the crap out of me and probably everybody here.
Yeah. Well, your 2 teams were the biggest underachievers last year as well.
Yeah.
Drake's and the Blue Bats were really bad.
That's true, too.
So, in your face.
Well, whoa. Fighting words right there. My goodness. We'll just have to wait until the Big 12, my friend.
Okay.
And hopefully I don't have shades of Santa Fe and Daytona and Santa Fe again. And ouch. It just hurts, man. You're 3-0 on me.
We'll see what happens. I might pick a terrible team.
I'd still lose.
Probably not.
All right, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing. I know it was a little bit longer than usual, but we try to do it the right way. Try to give you guys good content to chew on. These videos will be pulled down as soon as the Big 12 Dynasty starts. So if you're able to download them, if you're able to save them in a playlist, I would do that if you really enjoyed them.
I will say that only true Americans have made it to this point.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I always say Americans, I mean like fans of the American.
Oh, not communists.
You know, I was kind of going for that. But,
Oh, all right.
you know, anyway, only true patriots and fans of the American Conference have even made it to this stage
Correct.
in the video.
Yes.
We're
Or
so deep
even,
in. These are deep cuts.
Even in the season.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah. Also, guys, the Mountain West simulation will be postponed. We wanted to post that on Wednesday, but, you know, this hour and a half long video.
Yeah, this thing is a project.
Yes.
This takes it took 2 weekends to get this video made and ready. So
Yeah,
you know,
so make sure to smash that like button for us. Let us know you guys appreciate the hard work. So we'll see you on Sunday. On Sunday.
Yep.
And then we'll go over the team vote. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. And if you like it, you love it, you want more of it, you know what you got to do. Hit that little red subscribe button or my logo. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.